morning, Robert Scribbler with the OBX Wave Report, providing this video for you guys from Jeanette's Pier as some 1 to 2 foot waves roll in off the North Atlantic Ocean. We have smaller than expected conditions, and once again the wave miles have overestimated the swell for today. We've had some strong southwesterly winds tilting around here to the southwest, maybe a little bit more with a westerly component here at Jeanette's Pier, and that's bringing us a southerly swell. It's not really wrapping around further to the north, so the wave conditions up here are going to be smaller in the northern regions, and then down further south from Verdansk southward we've got 2 to 3 foot waves, but choppier conditions as the angle of that wind is more along shore and is chopping up the waves more. The wind right now is blowing at about 15 to 25 miles per hour, and that's generating we'll call this mostly fair conditions here at Jeanette's Pier, and then mostly choppier conditions further to the south. Larger waves down at the south-facing beaches in Frisco, with the onshore flow looking more like 2 to 4 foot down there, with those winds blowing from the south and west at 15 to 25. The wave miles have been a bit more aggressive on wave size lately, and so we have had a number of, unfortunately, overly aggressive forecasts, and oftentimes we do get ahead of those wave miles and tamp down expectations for you guys, but yesterday looks like that was a bust, so mea culpa on my part. We'll do our best to try and get ahead of the models in the future. Sometimes, we can't get everything right, but in any case, for today, 1 to 2 foot waves for the northern beaches, 2 to 3 foot waves for the southerly beaches, a little bit more fair up north, a bit more choppy down south, and then 2 to 4 foot waves for the south-facing beaches with those strong onshore winds. All right, so thanks for joining me for this Monday, June the 24th session of the OBX Wave Report. Hope you guys get out there and find some waves. There are some rideable waves out there, you just got to go hunting for them today. And as I typically do, I'd like to ask you guys to please do everything you can to help protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change driven by fossil fuel burning. Those impacts being rising sea levels, more intense storms, ocean heat waves, and ocean acidification. Hopefully this guy will get a wave as we're talking. The primary solution to the climate crisis being the mass deployment of clean energy. Mass deployable clean energy systems are at present wind, water, solar, and electric vehicles. I also do want to briefly talk about the climate protest at the PGA golf tournament today. I do sympathize with climate protesters in the sense that raising awareness on the issue of climate change is a really good thing to do. But on the flip side, I don't really think it's a great idea to go disrupting sporting events, especially in a fashion that may be perceived as menacing or dangerous. What we're trying to do here with climate response is be helpful to everybody, and if the protest comes off as menacing and dangerous, it doesn't really help the cause of climate action, and it serves as fodder for those who want to delay climate action. And climate action is protective. It is something that is helpful to everybody. It helps jobs. It helps preserve things like fisheries and beaches that we all enjoy. And in addition, it creates new industry and technologies that are overall just generally helpful for everybody. Less polluting industries also mean less disease and the potential for longer lifespans, as they're less harmful pollutants in the environment. So all the things regarding sustainability and climate action are really positive, and that's the message, in my opinion, that needs to be communicated. So, you know, going out and attacking, it's not really like a physical violent attack, but going out and like spraying up a golf course and you know, menacing people enjoying a sporting event, probably not the best thing in the world. And then in addition to that, I mean, I do know that there is some issue with you know, Saudi Arabia funding golf and you know, providing money for as a sponsor, and perhaps a conflict of interest there. But there's definitely other ways that we can raise awareness on that issue as well. All right, so I've said my piece. That's just my thoughts on the protest. I am very hopeful for climate action in the form of mass deployment of clean energy that is now ongoing thanks to a lot of helpful policies like Build Back Better and the Inflation Reduction Act, as well as action by individuals and businesses to move forward on climate action. And all these things are really positive. We've got a big economic and policy movement that is underway that is starting to confront the issue of climate crisis, and we can all really just get behind that and support it, use our voices, use our votes, voting for politicians who are pro-climate action as opposed to I don't know, saying crazy things about windmills. Windmills is that they're not really a term, they're wind turbines, but those kinds of politicians are living in you know, kind of an alternate reality fantasy world. It's not really helpful to any of us unless you are a fossil fuel industry executive and have decided to put your profits over the long-term well-being of pretty much everyone. So, all right, so I've spoken a little bit on climate and some protest action going on. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will be back with you shortly. Hope you enjoy the beautiful Outer Banks today.